What is good, guys? What is good? Let's go ahead and get this turned down. Alright. Hopefully everyone can still hear me. Indeed it is. It indeed answers it. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal, man. Good deal. Semi-excited because of all the ultra support for Nobles. I know some people pretty excited for the whole Battle Unboxer stuff, but I tried testing it and it doesn't fit me. I don't enjoy it, actually. It just seems like you have to use your Renaud super early and just all that type of stuff. All that type of stuff. But again, to each their own, right? To each their own. I've been testing Reveiw, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I've been testing Reveiw and reframing, I guess, is what I've been I've incorporated to try, and I think I like that a lot better. Just because I did the normal, so I did a standard type of test end where you would summon out the Battle Unboxer, right? But if you don't open Renaud, you get the counter trap, and then if you don't get Charles to the graveyard, the counter trap Lavavel counter is just dead. So it was just under, and then if I remember correctly, it's you get to, what do you call it? You Isolde for 4, summon the one guy, search Spar will make Dempsey adds the Renaud special, add back Durandal, effect pitch, and get another card. So it's you missed the opportunity to grab the counter trap, it seems just do a standard combo, and I guess I'm just not fond of it, personally. But also no Dolphin. I still rock Dolphin, brother. Dolphin's too good. Hand knowledge is literally the key. Knowing what's in the hand is what lets us win games. It is what lets us win games, man. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty proud, man. I'm pretty pleased with the list. My side deck, like I said, probably needs a little bit of extra work, but main deck wise, everything performed phenomenally. I mean, the Battle Unboxer combo. I guess I'm confused on what you mean by, I guess I must not know that type of line. I must not know that line with Dolphin, because it's just the standard 2-card, right? So standard 2-card, rip a card, then you end up making, do the same thing where you make Artorgus, you make Dempsey add Renaud special, then go into it that way. I just don't like using my Renaud so early. Renaud is such a powerful card that can be used later on. Literally at the end of a combo, Renaud can get you a Baron and a Gearfried. It's kind of crazy in certain situations. Damn, Bash. What is it? Yeah, took asses and kicked names, huh? I don't know. If I were to do it and if I were to incorporate it in the Battle Unboxer, because people are saying the Battle Box engine will replace Connector, and it's cool, have fun getting drolled on your add of the counter trap, and then since you can't add anymore, you gotta hope on your hand. But the deck doesn't lose to droll anyway, so it's it's arguably better, but have fun losing to getting hit regardless, right? You're not gonna know. That's what makes Connector better, in my opinion, than that. It's so what? You get a counter trap. You could literally play, I just said, Reveiw and reframing. You could potentially play the same level 5. You just send 4, open Oliver, and just do the combo. But if you know your opponent has Ash, Ogre, Imperm, etc., you literally walk your Isolde, you walk your Angelic into an Imperm, where if you look at your hand, you could have played around it, but instead you decided to try and get a counter trap because you thought Ooga Booga counter trap good. I don't know. How you doing, Archangel? How you doing, my man? I even picked up this. I got this engine here to test out, to try. But I tried it. And it's not exactly my favorite, because it just Revolution plus unless you open Connector, it doesn't do enough. Do you try to play the new Visa Synchro 8? I have not, because I don't play enough level light monsters to be able to make it. You'd have to find a way to fit in a light warrior or something like that, or find a way to do it. But Reveiw Heart works just too, because he's a warrior. You just dump 4, summon Reveiw Heart, and you play technically 2 to 3 Olivers, 3 Chalice, 3 Durandal, and 1 Road. So you play like up to like 9 to 10 copies of the ability to get to Oliver. So like, good deal, man. Good deal. Lavin's pretty good. You have like that percentage to always open it. So like if you open all, like, let's see if I can show it. I know I have it on, whatchamacallit, on YU Omega, but I hate using Omega. I'd rather just use the live cards. So like, we'll do it this way. This way will be easier, I believe. Let's see here. Let's see. So you just pretty much have to open any 2 warriors, right? Any 2 warriors, or we'll just make it simple connector, right? And we'll pretend that, so I side deck it, because like going into games 2 and 3, that's when you really need to bring out that type of stuff, in my opinion. 2 weeks, so lives are tough. You're good, my man, Jerry. And are you there for vacation? If so, man, enjoy the vacation. We're just gonna, just chill, chat, and then we're gonna go over locals. We'll go over my local matches and stuff like that live. But anyway, so we'll just say, you know what, guys, for the sake of the video, Brendan Monte will be Menadium, Reveiw Heart, and I think I have a trap sitting over here somewhere. I don't. We'll just say, this is the reframing, right? So just bear with me. So you normal summon, use the effect, summon connector. It doesn't matter. We're not using connector to rip. We're just getting 2 warriors on the field. Get out 2 warriors. Then you just make his ult. So with his ult, you end up going into right here, his ult. Main is, I want to go to main just because I've watched a lot of like Stephen King movies, and that's where like a lot of stuff takes place. So you end up adding yourself red layer. Then you use his ult's effect and you pay 4. It doesn't matter the 4 you send, but just go ahead and send 1. Where is it at? 2, 3, and 4, right? So then we summon out the Reveiw Heart. So Reveiw Heart comes out. What's up, Kevin? So again, for those who's chiming in, this is Reveiw Heart. Reveiw Heart grabs us the reframing. So we have reframing. You do Oliver effect. If you actually added like connector, a non-fire warrior, you have 2 warriors in the grave to banish and add back. So you summon this out. Reveiw Heart's level 4, this becomes level 1. You end up overlaying here or synchroing into Angelica. Go into Angelica. This will pitch here. Angelica effect will grab us the field spell. And this is where, like, since you did open connector, this is why you should probably play connector, and I'll showcase why. Go here, pay 12, add yourself Almus. So technically we have Almus, and again, for those who don't, this is DM reframing. You go ahead and use Divine Sword, banishing 2. Go here, use the effect here to send. Now I actually think, actually we messed up. Don't add Almus. It's all coming back to me because you have to send a level 4, so you got to send Turpin. So you're not going to have anything you want to really add back off of Almus. So what you're going to do is you're going to send Turpin, and then you're going to chain Angelica, banish yourself, summon out Roland. So what's the main reason we would side Reveiw Heart? I have one and would love using the deck to get the counter trap. So it makes your board Dark Ruler proof. That's the reason why. And you don't have to play, like, it doesn't change your combo lines or anything like that. It just gives you the ability to, to essentially become Nibiru. It gives you a counter trap is what it does. And with the counter trap, it allows us to negate Dark Ruler and blowout cards. Whereas, like, even with the Xian lock, they get 1 speller trap, and if that 1 speller trap is Dark Ruler, it just shuts off everything. But we go here. You would go ahead and use we activate Durandal, use the Turpin Engrave to special summon. Use Durandal, we grab ourselves Renaud. And this is, like I said, this is going to show why, like, so you get to use Renaud later in this combo. Go ahead, this will banish itself. And we get to make ourselves Charles. We can go ahead and use roll an effect to attach. Link 1. And to Charles the Great. Charles the Great will grab Infernoble. Use the field spell to special summon. So here you have two options. If you've looked at the hand and you know what their hand is, you can special Renaud. Use Renaud's effect to pick up Durandal or pick up Joyous if you want. And either you have two options. You can either go here and make Baron, and then you end on a Charles with Spell and Trap Negate. Baron, you get the middle Silverlock, and you get the ability to set Reframe, right? Or if we go back to here, you can equip the Joyous. You then can link down Joyous into a second Charles. If you looked at your hand, you're playing like against Labyrinth or something. Runic, go into here for a second Charles. Go ahead and equip this Charles. And then these two here can go up into Ratin. You move on to the end phase. Angelica will return. Oh, excuse me, you set the reframing. Set reframing. Move on to Angelica returning. You pick up Oliver. And you should have equipped it Oliver. My bad. And you can actually, at this point, since you have the full lock, if you don't want to equip Ogier, you can actually send Magius, or you can equip the Magius, destroy the Magius, draw a card. So that's just by playing Oliver as an extension by playing the Room Harp. So now you're looking at 2 spell and traps, a pop, battle phase pop, counter trap. So it's not too shabby, really. But you get to know what to make when you look at the hand. But if you just happen to just have 2 warriors to do this, you just don't get to look at the hand. It's just probably safer to go ahead and just make a Baron. Just because Baron covers more than just a Charles does. So like your end board's this. And then if you leave the Room Heart in the graveyard, which we just moved it over because I was using Bradamante to fill its place, you get to destroy it when you use the counter trap, because it'll be, unless you have to banish it for Phoenix Blade. But that is another option that we have that we could potentially use. That is potentially another option. Like the deck's kind of wild, man. I say it every stream, the deck is wild. Deck is wild. Like even this hand's wild. I have a huge, like a really long test hand video coming out. So stay tuned for that. Like a 30-some minute test hands. I think I do 7 or 8 test hands in it. Pretty crazy. But that's why I want to incorporate Rune Harp, because I feel like getting the counter trap is just so much. It just does so much better than the Shein lock. Shein's nice, but like I said, if their first spell, well, technically I thought about it. So here's the only issue I have with both have really good pluses and minuses, right? So Room Heart is just when you have a synchro. You're always going to have a synchro on your end board. Like using that combo line with the uppercut, when I did my testing with it, only sometimes were you able to, like if you did the same combo I did but summon out the uppercut, if you didn't open, like you just have the way. I guess actually take that back. Hold up. Because it would just be the same combo, right? Because Flameville counter. What up, Peter Yang? Yeah, I think never mind. Because you just do the exact same thing. Grab Flameville counter, and you grab Renaud, and Renaud's in the graveyard. So yeah, so you can do that. But the only thing, you're only going to use Flameville counter to negate Dark Ruler anyway. So like, yeah, and then it actually turns it makes it a little bit better because of you need Oliver for it to work. But if you could also open Renaud too, it works too. Because with the Flameville stuff, actually hold up, let's open up. Let's open up Francisco, what's your favorite? My favorite build right now is the Pure. I really like the Pure. It does everything that I feel like all the other builds do because it just has access to gear freed. Yes, you need the Arthur, and that's kind of like also why I like it. But like the Pure build, like if you play the Battling Boxers, you're forced to use Renaud early, and when you use the Artorgus build, you can hold Renaud for like later on, so like, you can dump it and add it back, which I feel like I said, Renaud does some crazy things like that. Are you going to be trying the Battle Boxers? I might try just like one uppercut. I'm not going to try like the full Battle Boxer thing because I think Connector is just better. But being able to get access to the counter traps is pretty good too. You could also Ogier an uppercut and summon it back with Ricardetto. You're absolutely right too. Absolutely not, Francesco. And if you hang out for when we get on to going over my locals, you'll understand that I got drolled I think 2 or 3 times, and Droll only hurts this deck when you open bad. That's all there is to it. So let's go here, deck manager. Let's go here, deck manager. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll put up this list here. Yeah, but Connector ain't even the problem. Like Connector can rip the Droll, but like the deck just plays under Droll very easily. So let's go ahead and find ourselves the Flame Veil counter, right? And we gotta find uppercut. So if I was going to do this, this is what I would do. I would side these cards and replace the Room Heart, which I guess technically we can. Again, guys, can I get some Fs in the chat, because they literally, look at this beautiful artwork of Prime Heart, and they literally butchered the guy's effects. Shame. All right, so let's go ahead and save. And let's go ahead and just do, let's just do the same combo that we just did with the Oliver. All right. Test hand, enable deck shuffling. Nope. Start. I haven't summoned it quite a lot, to be completely honest with you. I actually have, by the time, so I take that back. They've been like 2 or 3 times I've been able to, like, I've made the Custonin, spun 2 cards back, and then I was getting ready to crash, and then when they asked me what I was doing when I was crashing, they just scooped it up. They're like, do you have full combo now? And I was like, yeah, I'll just crash this, take the 600 damage, make Artorgus, equipped it, pop your 1 card left, and then go full combo. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and normal summon this. We won't use Connector because, like, well, we won't use a Dolphin, excuse me, because this person's probably playing normal monsters. But you can use Connector to rip this. Let's just make it. Let's just go fluidly here. For Isolde, I actually think I'm going. You know what card I actually don't make a lot is Levavel Extra Lord, and I think I'm actually going to get rid of Levavel and get the Power Load or Power Ogre, because the Power Ogre would be a very solid card for if you get disrupted. It would also kind of give you, because this deck is hard, man. Like you can make misplays. We're all human. We'll make misplays. So the Power Load gives us like some flexibility to mess up. So you send 4. You send 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you summon out the uppercut. We'll use uppercut's effect. Go ahead and grab us the Flame Veil counter. And then we can go ahead and this card, well, technically, wait a second. Flame Veil, am I? 2 defense from character. Okay, this card's already, yeah, 100%. This card's already live then because of, yeah. Go here, summon here, make Angelica. Use Angelica's effect. I summoned her an attack out of habit. It does come up because, like, you have some lines where, like, you can, especially if you open, like, 2 field spell, right? You have lines where you can get out 2 monsters, right? 2 level 4 monsters, but it just doesn't come up enough. In fact, it actually came up at my locals. I got hit with Nibiru, and I was able to push the Nibiru, and I had 2 options. I could have made Levavel Extra Lord, or I could have made Isolde, and I chose to go the Isolde route. Which, I guess, I want to watch that over and see what I could do. You're darn right it was a single Angelica. You don't need two. The only card that, like, literally, the only card that you need to play two of, in my opinion, is two Charles, because if Unicorn rips this card, you can't play. If they rip Angelica, you have two other level 5 that you can sequence your plays with and end up still making Charles and going into Charles the Great and stuff. And if they end up getting rid of this, you main deck play Malgus, so you get to just shuffle it back anyway. I have, like I said, I've played God knows how many games, how many test hands, and I have yet to find a second Angelica to come up. In fact, I want to, and then like I want to get rid of it. I hate that it comes down, it doesn't do nothing. So now we have the Foolish Burial here. Special Summon out rolling. Yep, go ahead. We can go ahead and activate here. So it's just the same combo I just did with the Reveiw Heart, except for you get the Fire Warrior, which allows you to, instead of just having to open Renaud, or opening Oliver, you can also open Renaud. Which means, that means hands where you open Gearfried with like Ogier and stuff like that, it allows you to pretty much have another target to send. And like you said, you can potentially dump it with Ogier and do that type of combo line. But I don't think that, I don't know. Yeah, I can show it. I'll actually show it with the IRL cards because I hate having to get this set up on here. So I'll show you what just opening, I'll show you, because remember the Museum and Ogier line is supposed to be an Anti-Nibiru line, and you still get the ability to do that. But you also, like, if you open more cards, it can change. But I'll show you at the bare minimum. I think it gets you to Charles and Gearfried, or it gets you to Charles and Baron, if I remember right. And no, it gets you to Charles and Gearfried because Gearfried's under the 5th. I'll have to show you. I normally every time Ogier Museum has come up, I've always had other extenders that allow me to extend past it. But we'll do it here. I'm just trying to showcase. Yep, so we go here. We use Charles the Great effect. Go here. So again, if you looked at your opponent's hand, let's say we know they're playing, we see a bunch of spell and traps in their hand, right? So we go ahead and special this. We can actually add back, use your nonsense effect. Let's grab back the Joyous. Then, like I said, we know they're playing spell and traps, so let's go ahead and just activate this, special summon out Charles. Like we can, like again, like so this is where the flexibility comes in. You can make Baron, or you can equip here and make a second Chuck. But we'll just, I think this is the stronger board, personally. Just because you get Rattan out of it, and I think everybody sleeps on Rattan. And then we can go and activate. Go here. We'll go to end phase. Resolve this Angelica here. We'll go and do this. Make sure we do this, Charles. Go here. Yep, and then we'll equip out Malgus here. Yeah, we'll activate Malgus, and we'll shuffle back 1. We can just do 1, 2, 3. It don't really matter. Draw card. We drew Gearfried, which this sucks drawing in the end phase, but that's okay. Like our crackback's now insane. Like pop, 2 spell and trap negates, and then of course the Flame Veil counter. We just banish a monster with 200 defense from our graveyard, which of course we have Renaud, which has 200 defense, and we also have the Uppercut. So that's the combo right there. So yeah, definitely when the new stuff comes out, we will play. We'll play the Uppercut at the least. Because again, like I said, if you open Renaud with this, it'll allow you to still get access to your combo sequencing. Just because now, instead of just opening up Oliver, you have 3 more extenders or 3 more bodies you can open up with. And again, like you guys said earlier in chat, you can dump it, and like you can dump it. However, like I said, I think you should always go for Gearfried in the dump unless you open Gearfried, because like what's the point of dumping Uppercut and normaling and getting the counter trap if you just fall victim to Nib or a hand trap? Whereas you could just grab the Gearfried and protect it, and like maybe you can also dump with Angelica too, which is something that'd be very interesting as well. You could definitely dump with Angelica and possibly get it later on in the turn. So like it's a very good card. I just don't think it deserves a main deck spot personally. I think that it deserves a side deck spot. I think you would always see me siding it in. So let me surrender. Yeah. So you'd definitely catch me siding it in. Huh. What am I playing? Oh, the mod. Oh, Reframing's still in there. Okay. So then we have like a third spot we could potentially play too. And maybe you could play like an additional Battle Boxer or something like that. Epidemic sounds, my man Archangel. Epidemic sounds. All right, let's go ahead and go back over here. All right, someone wanted to see the museum line without playing 2 Angelica. I gotta remember it. All right, so museum plus Ogier is the. So remember, if you open more extenders, more cards, this gets better, etc. So again, normal summon, use the effect, we send Gearfried. Activate Museum, use Museum's effect to grab Durandal. We go Durandal, we equip Durandal, use its effect to grab us Renaud, special Renaud. Go ahead and grab back the Gearfried, banish and summon. Now we can right here, you can go ahead and synchro into Angelica. Angelica's effect to go ahead and grab us another field spell. Now also take note, if they do like Ash here, we're still like kind of rough. Now you have 2 options. I gotta remember, I think you can use Ogier effect to equip to the Gearfried. And then we are protected under hand traps from here moving forward. So then what you would do, right, if I remember correctly, is if you played 2 Angelicas, you would end up activating, grabbing, and then like using this to special or something like that. I can't quite remember the 2 Angelica line, but so anyway, this is where we are. We technically use Ogier's effect to target here, but then you're getting into like hand trap lines and like Nibiru lines. The whole entire point of this combo is to be like an anti-Nibiru combo. So like before we commit to our 5th summon, so we can go here, use the effect to go ahead and grab us a throwaway equip spell, which we'll just go ahead and grab Joyous. Then we can go Joyous, effect, we send the Turpin. This falls off. Banish. Summon out Roland. Then you will use the effect here to special, or actually, hold up. No, never mind. We encountered the same thing that I encountered when I was like testing it before. You actually, there's a world where you can equip it here and then use field spell to special, but you don't want to do that. You can almost get to a double Charles, and you just need an additional name to do it. However, again, this is just showcasing, because we can go effect to special. You know, guys, wait a second. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, we'll run through it. So you go here, banish, go into Charles, effective roll into attach, link into this Charles, and then a Charles effect to attach here. And see, like, if we had the ability to get to one more equipped, you could use this to special and then make a second Charles. But then, you know, like, in phase comes around, you go ahead and special out the Angelica. Charles picks up Joyous, and then if you want to, you can grab Malgus. And then Malgus will just, Charles destroys Malgus, and then you shuffle back these three to draw a card. I think they might be, and then you just draw. It doesn't matter what we draw. So that's the combo, like the bear one. But I'm telling y'all, one night, man, I was sitting, I was cooking, and I ended on 2 Charles. It was actually kind of insane, but we'll have to check it. We'll have to go back up and do it again. You could technically play the card Dust on Mop and make sure that Charles picks it up from the grave, and then he cannot be used as fusion material. Until we get Angel's Ring, we don't really have a good way to play around it. But let's run it back real quick. And I want to see what happens if we equip the Ogier. So normal summon, you know the drill, you send Gearfried. We go and go Museum, pay 12 to grab Durandal. Durandal effect to grab Renaud. You special summon out Renaud. Renaud grab back Gearfried. Banish and special. Okay, at this point, we make Angelica. Angelica's effect to grab us the second field spell. And then see right here, and go Oliver effect to attach here. Let's see, then maybe we go second field spell. No, we don't do that because what am I thinking? Use her effect, sending Turpin. Ogier falls off. This gets banished. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This, yeah, there ain't. Oh yeah, this line doesn't beat the. This line does not beat Nib. You have to grab the other field spell, or you have to use Ogier to equip to Gearfried. But that's what the Ogier plus Museum will get you. It gets you Charlesing that. And if you happen to open additional field spell or additional like extenders, you can potentially go even further. But it's still an Anti-Nibiru line, so like you have technically so many cards to like play around Nibiru. I mean, like really, if we actually hold out all the cards that can let us play through Nibiru. Let's see here. Technically, in some hands, so does Durandal allow us to beat it, but only some hands. Like, I mean, like, these are all the cards that you play that there we go. So, like, literally a big chunk of your deck is like Anti-Nibiru proof. So if you hard open Gearfried, there you go, Anti-Nibiru. If you open Renaud, the Renauds plus either Ogier or Chalice or Rhoda, and then if you either open something like this here, you have the same combo. So like this is why we have a ton of 2-card ways to beat Nibiru. Is there any more questions or any type of comments or concerns that I can answer or address or talk to you guys about before we move on into reviewing locals? Good old Joyous. Joyous has slowly become my Crusader Crawler. Standard combo 9? Sure. I will just do 2 warriors. It doesn't have to be connector. So just any 2 warriors you can get. So you normal summon your connector or your warrior. Or remember, this could be like any sort of... This could be like normal summon Renaud, special Flint Lady, or, you know, like any 2 warriors do this. We go into Isolde effect, grab us red layer. We'll go ahead and use Isolde's effect. You send 4, which sending 4 isn't the end of the world. And the 4 you want to send, you want to keep Almus in deck, unless you have to. And send Joyous, which is right here. I run 2 Oliver. So yeah, send 4. Summon out Ogier. Ogier dumps the Turpin. You then banish 2 warriors, which are right here. Take it back to the Phoenix Blade. You attach Phoenix Blade. Use Turpin's effect to special summon itself. And then overlay here for Artorgus. Artorgus will pick up the 2 Noble Arms in the graveyard, which will be Durandal and Joyous. You then use Durandal's effect, destroying itself to grab you Ricardetto. And then you turn these 2 into either your choice of another Link 2, or I like to go for Retin. Effective Joyous, special summon out the Ricardetto. Ricardetto reborns out Turpin or the Ogier. We go here for Angelica. Angelica grabs the field. You activate the field, pay 12, go ahead and grab yourself the Almus. Banish 2 for the Phoenix Blade. Activate Phoenix Blade, chain her effect to go ahead and send down the Gearfried. She then banishes herself and summons out Roland. There he is, summon out Roland. Go ahead and activate the Almus. Use Turpin or Ogier to attach itself to Roland. Use the field spell to special summon out Roland. You then will synchro into Charles. Effect of the Almus to add back the Gearfried. You then can go Roland's effect to attach itself. Then you link into Charles. Charles will pick up the himself. Then you can banish your choice and special summon out the Gearfried. Go ahead and equip the Ogier. Just clean up everything. Equip the Ogier. And then in phase, Charles will pick up Metal Silver Armor. And then it will pick up from the deck. Again, you always can go for Malgus if you want to draw a card. But in this case, since we're trying to go first and lock him out, you attach Oliver. And then Angelica returns. And that is just the full, like, any 2 warriors will get you to this. Literally just saw your Shogun Shin video. Awesome kind of always. Other YouTubers are bandwagon Infernoble. But you've been there from the start. Brother, haven't been there from the start. I didn't play when it was like Link Cross and stuff like that. I just honestly couldn't afford to play at that moment. But as soon as like Link Cross got banned, I was able to pick it up and play it. What deterred me from playing it is I bought a whole box of Toon Chaos, and I only pulled Roland. And I actually, out of like 2 or 3 of my packs, the card that was supposed to be hollow was a blank white card. I shit you not. Arthur so expensive now. I ordered one half a month ago and it never came in the mail. Brother, I'd be contacting someone. Contacting someone. I ended up picking up my Arthur, man. So I bought Arthur when this guy was $7. Because as soon as I did the math and figured out I could end up making this guy, and like he is part of the combo, I was like, I'm gonna get him up ulti. Might as well, right? So I ended up, yeah. So best investment. I wish I'd have bought more. But yeah, this is what the standard 2 warriors, like if you don't open like Ogier, Renaud, or anything like that, this is what 2 warriors, connector alone, can get you. Some people don't like Retin, I get it, but Retin's a pseudo-disruption, man. Your opponent can't go into battle phase without losing a card, so it like forces them to solve this card before they move into battle phase, which is pretty crazy in my opinion. So. I also saw that Charles the Great's quarter century rares are down to like $70 a pop. If I didn't want to buy a new, like, if I didn't want to like have to like, well, I shouldn't say have to, I don't need to. But I want to buy a new mic, and I also want to buy a shelf because my studio, my man cave, has been just kind of just the same. So I want to kind of start unpacking things and put it together. Bro, I actually think I did. I am not going to lie. I think I am the reason Artorias jumped, and I'm not happy about it. How important is red layer in the deck? Is it necessary at 2? Asking because I want to fit much non-engine possible. You don't have to play red layer. I just think that you need to have like 2 warrior extenders, or you just need to have something, some sort of special summonable card. And like red layer's free, man. You can search it. If you open everything, you can just search it with the Durandal to get a free body on field. And sometimes that's all it takes, man, is just having a free body to be able to do things. It doesn't really come up. You don't use it for synchro stuff. It's most, like I said, most notably, it's like a... It is just there to help make the Isolde. It also punishes you. It also can punish your opponent if they preemptively hit Isolde on the add and not the dump. Because then you can just like take it and link up with another one. The issue that I've been having with this is I think red layer plus like the standard Ogier line, I think gives us, let's see here. I think it puts us at too many summons, I think. So normal, effect to send. Effect we send Gearfried. Let's just run through it. So that's 1 summon. Special, add back, that's 2 summons, because I'm an idiot, we'll just use these 2 dice. Oh, so yeah, 2 summons. Yeah, that's okay, we're doing this without this, so there's 2. This will be the 3rd summon. Effect, to attach, Durandal effect, destroy itself. So we're on the 3rd summon. So if we had summoned out red layer, this would be our 4th summon. To grab Turpin. Turpin, right? Then we can go Ogier to equipped here. Special here. Oh, guys, I think a sleeve ripped. That ain't good. Okay. So then we go out here. This is in our hand, not the graveyard. And then we can special out here. Yeah, I guess we still get to combo under. The entire point is, I guess, like what I was saying about red layer. Sometimes I thought red layer was conflicting because it puts us too far out there with our summons. So like Gearfried has to be able to get an equipped spell, and you can't get you can't have an equipped spell out. You have to have one already out when Gearfried hits to negate the nib. But it works, I guess. So yeah, it works. It works. All right. In the Ogre Museum line you did before, you just don't use the second effect of the first few. I just say grab Almus, Joyce, equipped it to Gearfried, Ogier targets Angelica, and combo off. Let's run it. Let's run it real quick. Is that? Let's just run that real quick. So I don't use Museum's second effect to try and special summon, right? That's not what I. So use the second effect of the first one. So yeah. So normal. Send the gear. Museum. Add this. This to grab Renaud. Special. Add back. Banish summon. Go here for Angelica. Angelica effect, grab the second. Use the second, right? To grab. Let's grab Almus. And then we go, right? Ogier effect, target, chain effect, banish. I think, bro, I think you were on, thank God, dude. I swear, dude, I think I figured this out and then I could not remember what I did. Honestly, dude, I could not figure it out. Then we can... Well, now, hold up. We still have an issue, don't we? Because this special summons. No, we don't. No, we don't. Yeah, we do have an issue because this just does a special summon for free. We got to have something down there. Or does the all which you're equipped here, and then you use this onto this, this falls off. Don't do that. Yeah, and then you special this. Banish. For Charles. No, wait. No, we still, yeah. You just don't use the second effect at the first museum. Activate the second, grab Almas or Joy, equip it to Gearfried. Actually, hold up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Let's back it up. So we grab... So this is it, right? So we end up equipped at Almas. Equipped, right? So we go here. We then... This is in the graveyard. So this can come out. Goodness gracious. This gets banished. And we make Charles. We then go roll an effect to attach to Charles. Link down into Charlemagne. Charles will grab this. Effect of Museum. Special summon. We then can go Almas effect destroy itself to equip the Joyous to Charles. Then we can link down into a second Charles. And then attach here. There we go. Good deal, man. Good. Do you really care if Turpin gets banished, though? Because you need Ogier effect already? I know. I was trying to think of a way of, like, Ogier, because we haven't used Turpin's effect to equip, and then we could use Museum, but I think this is it. We figured it out. I think we figured it out. Goodness, man. It really bothered my brain to try and figure out. I was like, I know I did it once, but I could not figure out how I did it. Good deal. But now, yeah, now you lose to Nib if they held Nib this long. Yeah, you lose to Nib. Yep, they can hit you on... They can hit you right here, technically. Yeah, they can hit you... Yep, on the link off for the Charles, yeah, they can hit you right here. And then just... Everything goes away. But we still figured it out. That's all that matters, is we figured it out. Yeah, you need a second additional body to make the whole combo be nib proof. Yeah, you're right. Rivalry is a good option, man, but I just feel like if you're going to side deck going first cards, like Rivalry, you should just side deck like something like Judgment, just because like Judgment stops you from getting blown out. Rivalry isn't really going to matter. You'll still get hit with an Evenly, still get hit with Dark Ruler, still get hit with those type of cards, so. All right, guys, let's go ahead and we'll pull up the locals here. Pull it on up. I'll go here. Rivalry, a good side card for. Oh yeah. Catch it. I'm losing track. All right, boys. So. Let's go ahead and go to here. So let's go ahead and start playing here. So roll an 8. Or no, he rolled an 8, so I rolled double 1, so I end up getting to go first, right? So this is, so I actually make a horrible misplay here because I didn't read Rock of the Vanquisher. So Rock says during the main phase, right? And if I drew, you'll see. So he special summons out Fenrir. Fenrir's insane card. This card is literally... I think that this card has got to go. Fenrir's just too good. He goes Stake Your Heart, so he gets the Raisin. And then Raisin's going to grab, I think, the... Mad Lover Borger. That's Borger. Borger's pretty good. And then he's going to go Smarwell, revealing the Dogoran. To pick up... I think, does he go for Ash? I think he tries to grab Ash. Don't quote me on it. I was in the moment, but I was lost in the sauce. So he's just thinking about his lines here. In my hand, I have Imperm, so like I know I'm so it's difficult on what I should have done. I should have probably held the Imperm, but I get super lucky. So to get the Kirikara. So no, he reveals Kirikara to grab. He has to be going for Ash, doesn't he? That has to be what he goes for. Yeah, so he grabs Ash. So now I know he has Ash. But I think I opened Call by the Grave too. So like you'll see. You'll see the mess up here. I just let it go ahead and go into like passive standby. So Imperm, the Rock of the Vanquisher, which is pretty good. So now I get to go and I draw into another Imperm. And I go standby, main phase. Now then you'll see, check it out. Right there, I'm looking at cards, and right there we go. I read the Rock, and I was like, son of a bitch. I should have just Impermed it during my draw or standby phase. So I attempt to Imperm it, and he can chain it now, but I have to Call by the Grave the Raisin, which I could have, like, I could have saved it here. So I go Connector. He can Ash here, or he can lose the Ash. So he's forced to Ash, but see, I'm lucky because I opened Flint Lady. Now, say if I didn't open Extender, I would have lost here. My hand was perfect to play around the Ash. That's what's insane, was so he decides to bounce back the Connector. Or banish the Fenrir. Use the Fenrir to banish, excuse me. Stupid ads. Of course there's an ad. There we go. So he bounces back the Connector, and I have Renaud, so he's Punisher back, bouncing back the wrong card. So I get the special summon Renaud, go into Isolde. This is just going to get to full combo. I'm going to send 4, and just go off to the races here to go Ogier to send Turpin. Banish 2 to grab the Phoenix Blade. Phoenix Blade equipped, overlay, and make the Artorgus. Artorgus picks up the 2 Engrave. And see, like, if he had any spell or traps right now, we could have popped them too, but we didn't. Durandal, grab Ricardetto. Link into Raten. Effective, the Joyous. And, like, this is just a standard full combo, right? But we get to, like, really punish. Like, so that's what I was saying. Like, my hand was built to completely stop Ash and to stop. Like, my hand was just so good. Banish 2 to add back the Phoenix Blade. Go ahead and activate Phoenix Blade. Chain the Angelica. to go ahead and dump Gearfried. Banish Angelica, go roll. You know, the same old stuff. The same old Fire Warrior shenanigans. Roland. We go ahead and equip the Turpin using its effect. Use the field spell to special. We go ahead and make Chuck. Charlemagne. We equip the Almas. I don't know why I used Roland there, or used Roland. I should have just linked it off. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and special summon out the Gearfried. And this is going to be, this is pretty rough. So we go battle phase, effect Retin to go ahead and pop the Ephemerer. 22, 3,000, 3,000. That's a total of 8,000. So we just move on into the next game. So all right, let's move here. So we move on into game number 2. And he gets to go first. Normal and Raisin. This is actually gonna be a cool play. I don't pay that much attention to Vanquish Soul, so like we're gonna see him do it, which is pretty cool. I love the Caesar Valenius or whatever it is. I think that card is so sweet. But again, I think he special summons out the Mad Love? Yeah, using the rock to grab the Book of Moon. The internet at locals was kind of wacky, so we end up specially drawing for Mad Love. And yeah. He has Shifter, so this is what's cool, right? So I draw for turn. Standby, we go into the main phase. He uses main phase to add back, and then no graveyard, change Shifter. Damn. I wish I had that call by the grave now. Well, we're going to try and play through it. We're going to try it. I really don't think there's anything we can do through Shifter, but, you know, I mean, people have talked about just going Bagooska Pass. So, I mean, like, technically speaking. He's going to burn me, and I think he's going to use Valius. Yep, bounce back there. Reveal 3, I believe. Yep, reveal 3 and destroy non-targeting destruction. But if he gets banished, I'm going to banish Ricardetto to special from the hand. Ogier, no effective Ogier, but he's going to go ahead and Dust Devil and flip it face down. And sadly, I do not have any way to continue off past this, so I just kind of hope that, you know, Ogier's big butt will kind of hold him at bay for at least one more turn. But, like, let's be honest, like, he's sitting pretty good. He has so many cards in hand. He has just the ability to just kind of go crazy. Normal summon the Raisin to go ahead and grab another Valenius or Caesar. That's, oh, goodness. Then he's going to do, let's see here. Gotta love dogs, guys. Gotta love dogs. They talk a lot of smack. Don't you think about it. So he's going to turn for the Caesar to attack. I think he reveals 3, destroy, and then just goes in the battle phase. So that is it for... Oh, no, not yet. So he's going to burn for 15 and then go into battle phase. And then we have... So we just wrap it up and go into the all-important game number 3, which is... right here. So we can normal summon Connector. Connector is going to give us the Dolphin. We're going to get to look at his hand, right? So this is a pretty cool play. This is exactly why Connector is so important, guys. Like, I can't believe people even consider not playing this card. So I look at his hand, double droll, and then I know he has the Kishira, the Karihara. So I hit the 1 droll knowing that I'll eat another, right? So now I have to make sure I have to play my best under droll because I want to get that Karikura out of his hand because that's going to just tribute something. That's going to get rid of something completely. So we end up going for Isolde, use Isolde's effect. But see, here's what interesting, right? Is I open Tactics, which is really cool. So I know he's going to fire off the droll, right? So as soon as he fires droll, look at his hand, shuffle it back. So I'm going to loop him for 3 cards technically. And that's just the power, guys, of Connector. But we're going to do the combo, right? Centurpin. I believe we do the standard line. So I equipped the Joyous. Use Joyous effect to add back the Renaud. Special out the Renaud, add back from grave. Still playing underneath the Droll very well. Go ahead and make Angelica here. And I use Angelica. Do I use Angelica's effect? I don't. So I open the field spell, go field spell, use the effect of field spell to add. And this is where I'm going to get hit with the Droll. There it is. I grab Durandal, which is okay. Durandal has a cool graveyard effect. If you guys don't know, it can reborn something. So I'm going to go ahead and fire off Angelica. Send a Gearfried. Banish, summon out Roland. I then... What do I do? Oh, I already... Almus. Special summon out the Turpin. Stupid ad. Gamers Guild, guys. Check him out. I end up linking here into Charles. Almus to go ahead and add back the Gearfried. And then we'll go ahead and equip Roland. Link down into Charles the Emperor. Charles the Great. I think I summon out... Yep, there comes Gearfried by banishing the Almus. And then I believe I go Talents. Yep, Talents, and I just shuffle back the Kirikara. So... there we go. So right there, guys, we played underneath the Droll, and we practically hand-ripped him for 3 cards. So any of you guys out there who are not playing Dolphin or a Connector, this is exactly why you should. Because if I wasn't, my board was going to lose to Droll. I'd play incorrectly, and I was going to get taken out for. And I'm actually able to make a second Charles, which is kind of crazy. I didn't even realize that. That is insane. 2 Charleses, 1 Gearfried, and an Angelica. Let's go. So there's not really much he can do. Sadly, there just isn't a lot that my man can do. He drew Talents, which is not going to resolve. But I believe he normal summons the Raisin. Use Raisin's effect to search. I just allow it. Because I'm just going to let it make him do it. Go ahead. I believe my dog is like recording sensitive. Because as soon as I start to stream or record, she sleeps 80% of the day, but then as soon as I sit down to do anything, her eyes open up and she's like, I must bark. He's going to attempt to destroy the Raisin, or use Raisin's effect to blow up all the cards in the column, which would pretty much nuke me. But I'm going to go ahead and use Gearfried, sending Charles. He's going to go ahead and fire off the Tactics, and we know that Tactics ain't going to resolve. We'll go ahead and use the Charles to negate, and then he gives it to me. So that's round 1. That was insane. But yeah, anyway, let's just jump on over here into the next one. Let's see, where is it at? So this next game, I don't know if we want to show the next game, because it's literally, Droll wins me the game. I go full combo and just Droll just annihilates the Runic player. So we'll just skip past it. And we'll go up into Altergeist. So up here into Altergeist. It's pretty good, pretty good. I think Altergeist got some really good stuff, guys. Like that one level 1 draw card if it attacks, and then like send dump. So I roll a 5. He rolls a 5. I roll a, I forget what I rolled, but I rolled a 4, so I definitely know I rolled higher than him. Wow, you won your locals without a field spell, man. You're built different, brother. You are built different. So we're just waiting for time to be called now. So a special red layer, normal summon Ogier. We're gonna go ahead and send, do I send Gearfried? No, I send Turpin. Interesting, I send Turpin. Equip Durandal. I'm trying to think of what I do. If I actually, no, he hit me with Droll. So that's okay, I go ahead and, so here we go, we're gonna play underneath Droll here. So we end up summoning out Gearfried. We'll use Ogier's effect to attach. Again, guys, I know it gets kind of like choppy, but that's because the internet at the locals was not the best. I would go ahead and send, I believe, 4? Or do I send 1? No, I have to send 1. I bet you I send 1. Yep, send 1, summon Ricardetto. So we're already Drolled. But we're just using Gearfried to kind of protect us from like Ash and stuff like that. Ash, Bell, and Nib maybe. So we make Angelica. Angelica will grab us nothing because we're under Droll. We banish 2 for the Phoenix Blade. Equip Phoenix Blade to Angelica. Angelica will tag out. I believe we send the Oliver So we go ahead and get access to it. We make the Roland. We use the effect of all of the Turpin to special summon itself. Go into Charles. We go ahead and use Roland to equip itself. Go into Charles the Great. Pick him back up. That. And then Alma, do we use Alma's to add back? No, we didn't even use Alma's. We special summon out Renaud. Go ahead and grab us back the Ricardetto and link into the Heavenly General. Use Oliver's effect to attach to Charles. In phase, Angelica returns, and we pick up the what is it? We pick up the Phoenix Blade and we equip another Oliver or another Ogier to Charles, so Charles cannot be targeted or destroyed. Yeah, man, D-Barrier can like end our turns, but then it can't end our turns, which is kind of crazy. But he normal summons Millicent or multi-fate. No, that's not multi-fated. God. I summoned Turpin with Ricardetto. We will go ahead and move on into the next game. So this is going to show Altergeist. Yeah, Turpin was brought out by Ricardetto, and then we used his own effect to bring him out at the end of it. So he's going to get to go first, and we're going to get to see what Altergeist can do with their new stuff. Normal Milaseek, link it into Reveiw, and I believe that gets him into... just opens him up, really. So he ends on Arclight. Just Arclight. He goes, oh, now this is where he fires off. He goes spoofing, shuffle back, multi-faker, bring out probably the Siliquitus. So there we go. Frames drop pretty bad here, but I can't help the internet, guys. I can't help it. I have no control over the internet. So then he has a bounce, a negate, and a battle phase protect. So like no matter what I do, even if I attempt to go battle phase and smack over the Herald, I lose to the Link Reveiw, right? So just kind of rough. I'm not going to be... yeah, there ain't no way I'm able to... I normal summon Ogier. Ogier's big enough, I believe, to whack over... But again, I fall victim to, like, Link Reveiw. So we just wrap it up. He didn't have enough cards to, like, justify using the Lightning Storms. So we'll go ahead and jump on into our next one. Go right here, I think. Right here, and then shuffling it up. Then we normal summon Ogier, so yeah, there we go. I normal Ogier. Use the effect Ascend, and he's going to Ash the Ogier, which prevents me from getting to Gearfried, but I mean, like, that's okay. So I got to calculate if he has an end perm, right? Because like I got to really plan my lines through. Because now I don't have that insulation with the Gearfried. So I think we just make I think, do we just go for Angelica? Yep, so we just make Angelica, we use Angelica's effect. This way, if he has Imperm, I can chain the Angelica and dodge it. So we just go ahead and grab the field spell. We'll go ahead and use the field spell. Pay 12. Pay 12. To grab Durandal. And see, we also opened Connector, but I believe my hand was like, if Connector didn't resolve, I would have lost. So I went this route where I knew that I'd be able to play through. So I equipped Ogier, chain Angelica's effect. Eventually. I think I'm thinking I want to send. I think I have to send Turpin, maybe? Is that? I think I sent Turpin. Yep, there goes Turpin. Coming out Roland. And then I equipped the Durandal, I believe. Special summon out the Turpin. Do I use Durandal? Yep. Yes, I do. There we go. Durandal gonna go ahead and grab us the... I think I grabbed Oliver. I missed it. Going to Charles. Effect to attach. Link down into Charles. Equipped. I think I used the field spell to bring out the Charles. Yeah, because I grabbed Oliver. And I think I make Baron. Pitch. Oh, yeah, and I get to draw with the Malgris. So I choose to shuffle in those three because I can pick up the other Ogier and I just get to draw a card. But I think I end up drawing Gearfried. I think I'm built different. Yeah, I think I drew Gearfried, which is pretty insane, to be honest with you. Yeah, I drew Gearfried off the Malgris, so Gearfried touches down. I use Oliver to equip the Chuck. I use Malgris to equip to the Gearfried, and then I think I resolve to the end phase. And I didn't have an equip spell to bring back, and so get this. So Angelica's mandatory to come back, right? So we didn't know it, so the Altergeist player was like, well, did you miss it, or is it mandatory? And I didn't know, so I was like, we can leave it banished, it doesn't bother me any. It actually does be more good to have it banished, because of this reason here. When I use Gearfried or when I negate and send Malgris will shuffle back 3, so that's right. I guess you'll get to watch here. So we'll actually use Gearfried effect to negate, Malgris effect, we shuffle back 3. I don't get to draw a card. So if he would have just... I guess we didn't know if it was mandatory or not. But their hindsight, the draw doesn't really matter. So he goes evenly match. I have to chain with Charles the Great to negate. And he just scoops it up. Well, we just scoop it up, and that is it for my round 3. Let's jump on here into the next round. We go here for... I think this is the Chimera branded, I believe. Chimera branded, it's kind of nuts. You wouldn't really think about it, but the deck does do quite a bit. And so actually, you're going to catch something real quick. So I was sitting here, my hand was so good. I lost a dice roll. My hand was so good. But then I realized, wait a minute, why is my side deck so big? As we're waiting for the round to start, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot to put my cards back in. So we caught it. We caught it just in time. So then, we get to keep on going. So my hand's not as good, so he ends up T-setting. He T-sets me and passes. So I see an Ash kind of floating in his hand, so I normal summon Flint Lady. This is how bad my hand is. So I normal summon this Flint Lady, equip the Metal Silver, activate Gearfried special summon. We go into Isolde's effect to add. We end up meeting Ash Blossom, which is okay. So we go triple T, and I want to look at the hand, I believe. So we actually shuffle back his fusion, I think. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. We hit his fusion, Isolde effect, pay cost. I think we send 4. Yeah, we end up sending 4. And as long as that face down isn't nothing, we're good. Ogier, dump the Turpin. Turpin will... Then we can banish 2. Grab the Phoenix Blade, bring out Turpin. The same old Artorias combo. And then watch this. We're actually going to get to use stuff here. So then we'll go ahead and use the effect here to grab Ricardetto. And then I think you're going to watch me detach from Artorgus to go ahead and destroy his set card, which ends up being Cross Out. Oh boy. We go ahead and go up into Retin, the Heavenly General. Just as soon as I go Battle Phase, Retin's going to clear that face down, and then we just go on off. Almus and Joyce is going to trigger. Almus grabbing back the Gearfried. Joyous summoning Ricardetto, bringing out the Turpin. Go for Angelica. Angelica effect to add the Field Spell. Field Spell will allow me to... See, I had to think real carefully here, so I'll use the Field Spell. Grab Durandal. I already exhausted the Durandal, so we'll go ahead and use Phoenix Blade again. I think in one of these games I end up not using the Field Spell right away, and I end up using Malgus to shuffle back so I can get the Almus back. So just explaining what good old Angelica does to all the new people. So we send the Malgris, excuse me, to go ahead and do this. Malgris effectively gets to shuffle back. Shuffle back one. I must have opened a second Field Spell this game, I think. So that we can draw. We draw. I don't know what we drew, to be honest with you. Hopefully a Droll. We equipped Malgris here. We'll use the Field Spell. Yeah, I think I opened a second Field Spell. Because... Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I must have opened a second Field Spell. I had to go ahead and make Charles. We'll go ahead and equip here. I had to open a second Field Spell. Because I think I put back Almus, so I can get the Almus. Or no, I already used Almus to add back anyway, so... Go here, effect to grab the Charles. So... I special summon out the Renaud to add Metal Silver. So I get the Metal Silver lock. Is this all I end up doing? Maybe this is... yeah. Ogier effect, I believe, to go ahead and equip. So I end up smacking in for 57 damage. I set one, set two. Oh, okay. I must not use Turpin's effect to come back out. I guess in theory, maybe I could have brought out it, grabbed the Lancelin, and then Lancelin would have allowed me to put on some extra damage. So Angelica returns. He draws Beverment. We scoop it up and go into the next game. All right, so he's actually doing some things here. There we go. So he ends up pitching the Coital, the Cornfield Coital, I think, to go ahead and grab the Mirror Knight. Normal Mirror Knight effect. To go ahead and grab him Baphomet, and Baphomet, I think, grabs him 2. Well, that's the Tiger Wingu. That's actually pretty rough. He goes ahead and uses the Fusion. And fusions into the one that lets you rip a card from the hand, which is still pretty solid. Then he gets to add a bunch of stuff. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. And then the Mirror Knight, I think if I remember right, the Mirror Knight is a negate. And then the fusion there can banish itself to reborn a Beast Warrior or an Illusionist from the grave. So I think he does it again. So he uses the fusion to add itself back. He fuses now with the Tiger Wingu and the fusion to go into this thing. This thing's actually pretty crazy. This card is a quick effect pop. It can re-add back I can quick effect pop, I believe, and it can put a poly or fusion back to draw a card. So I think that's what he does. Use this effect, put back the fusion. He gets to draw a card. So my hand's pretty good, actually. So during the end phase, he just gets to rip a card. Rips this card. He ends up ripping, I think that's Gearfried. He smacks out Gearfried. I draw for turn. And I believe I have Evenly in hand. Hello, Bruce. How you doing, my man? he goes in, activates the fusion. To go into another one. So he's going to get a hand rip here at the end of my turn again. But, so, use that back to Mirror Knight. Doing good, brother, doing good. And he brings out the Tiger Wingu. Tiger Wingu is pretty insane, I think. But conveniently, we can play around it because of our field spell. So that just seems kind of crazy to me. That thing can summon something like the Tiger King or whatever it is. This is currently the Chimera Brandon. We'll fire Heritage of the Chalice. I see Nib in his hand. God, he hit Gearfried, which Gearfried would have probably guaranteed me not to get hit with Nib. But let's just go ahead and fly. Alright. So I end up normal summoning the Ogier. Ogier's big, higher than 14. So this is where a ruling we have a question is, if I summon Oliver here, can Oliver... Will Oliver get destroyed? And the way that this works is that Oliver gets summoned, Tiger checks the attack, but since the continuous field is on field, his attack already is modulated to be higher than 14, so like, the Oliver gets to stay. So it's like, sweet, we get to play through the whatchamacallit, the Tiger. Trying to speed it up here. So I believe we just went through Angelica, grabbed another field. We used the other field. We went ahead and tagged out. We grabbed the Almus. So there is going to be a point, which you'll see I'll get nibbed here. So we do this, equipped here. And he's going to banish? Oh yeah, I destroyed the Tiger. And he attempts to use the Coital to protect, right? But it has to target. But he's like, okay, well, in response, nib. And I was like, shoot, yeah, nib's fine. Went 4-1, got cooked by Rescue Ace on a run. Okay, they put out the fire, huh, Bruce? So we get the nib token. And we haven't used Turpin yet. So we equipped Almus. And we use... I think we equipped it to our token. And then Turpin... No, we equip it to the nib. So that's where I goof. Is equipping it to the nib. But I can actually use the Almus to tribute it to destroy itself to equip, like, Joyous. To the same thing, so, like, then it works out good. Here comes Turpin. And then I believe I can... I make, like, I misplay a little bit here. So I could have gone for the Reveiw X-Lord, whatever it is. So we equipped Oliver. We special summon out the Oliver. And I could have made Reveiw big enough to attack over the nib. So that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. Like, hindsight's 20/20, right? If I make the Reveiw attack over nib, I just have a quick effective destroy. So I make Isolde. And I'm just hoping in some way that Isolde can help me play through this. So I send one, summon Ricardetto to bring back this, and I make Lancelin. And I don't think Lancelin was correct. I think my best bet would have made the Reveiw X-Lord and then just passed on that. And I'm contemplating it, but I just go ahead and make the Lancelin. Lancelin to go ahead and grab. See, it's just kind of like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I could have used Lancelin to equip Durandal, but I've already exhausted Durandal, I believe. So then I have to use the... It's difficult. It was definitely a difficult thought process. So I've already gone battle phase. Like, I can't do anything, sadly. We'll go ahead and use the Joyous to recur back a card. I think we go ahead and we add back Flint Lady as my my choice. But it doesn't really do me anything. You know, I can't quite remember. To be honest with you, I can't quite remember St. Dragon if it was on the Roland or on the Charles. It'd have to be on the Charles because he attempted to protect with the Quaddle. So I special summon the Flit Lady. Special summon out. See, I get to special summon out the connector from my hand, and then, like, it's a little bit different here. Like, I wish Turpin wasn't gone, because then I could use Turpin to equip and still end on Charles. But I just don't have a way to make a tuner, so we just scoop it up. Like, there's no point in playing it out, because I just have a bunch of monsters. But, moving forward, I should have Power Load Ogre. And I'll definitely be playing Power Load Ogre. So my hand's kind of doggy-doo-doo. As you can see, it's Ash and Droll. So I activate Durandal to go ahead and grab. If I have to start with Renaud, you know it's not looking good. You just know it's not looking good. So I believe I grab Oliver. He's going to respond with Droll. Droll's kind of rough. But then I special summon out Oliver. And I make Isolde. Isolde effect on summon. We'll go ahead and add, I think, no, we can't add because we're under Droll. So I have to use the Accost, sending 4, but I don't think I can send 4. I should be able to, yeah, because I open Almus, so I have to send 1. Which is kind of rough. Send Metal Silver. He responds with Ash. I have to pass it. There, so I pass it over to him. He drew another Droll. He sets 1. Sets another. So I go Ogier effect on summon. We're gonna go for it, man. We're gonna go for it. Renaud, target Gearfried, called by the grave. Which that sucks, but it's okay. Angelica effect to add. We eat another Droll, I believe. So we eat a second Droll. Banish 2 for Phoenix. Activate the Phoenix Blade, of course, onto Angelica. Chain Angelica. I think I almost sent Malgus. 42 sketched. 42. Then we go. Let's see. I think I have. Yeah, I have Almus, so I can just equip Almus. Equipped Almus. Turpin will special summon. He just has a fusion, so I'm not too worried. We go Charles. We go effect of Almus to add back. I can choose to add back? Yeah, back Renaud. We go effect of Roland. Go ahead and leak off for Charles. Charles will pick up the other Charles, destroying the set card. Let's see here. We haven't used Isolde's effect yet. So we go Isolde effect, pay cost. Sending 1 to summon out the Turpin, or the Ricardetto, excuse me. Ricardetto brings back that. We synchro into Lancelin. Lancelin will grab from the deck the equip spell. Ooh, main deck and evenly would kind of be. I mean, like the space, like my like turn ending cards, kind of like Droll. So like I would maybe play something like Dark Ruler or maybe like an evenly main deck. I just cut out 3 of the other ones. But we link up into Retin. And then I think, yeah, the Durandal gets an effect. In phase, Charles will grab Metal Silver. And we get to do that. Yeah, we definitely could have for a follow-up. There we go. And that is it for that game. How much have you done the math of playing over 40 this, Goodness. The math with playing over 40, kind of like the 2 cards you play just offshoots drawing like the Phoenix Blade and the Metal Silver Armor. All right, so we're on to round 5. At this point, I am currently 4-0, going in to be 5-0. And it's against my buddy Jason. He's playing Math Mech. This Math Mech deck's pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might want to do something with this deck myself. I think I might want to look into doing like a Code Talker variant where you play more of the Code Talker stuff. But I roll a 9 and a 4, so I get to go first. Normal connector, attempt to use connector's effect. So, yes, Nathan, this is the list. He ends up firing down impermanents. I fire off Flint Lady. In response, yeah, purely in cash or rough matches up going second against. Going first against, it's pretty good. And then like going against those decks, you have to see like the good side deck cards to do it. But we end up going Flint Lady special summon out Ogier, dump Turpin, make the Isolde. We'll go ahead and use Isolde's effect to add. We add the connector, we send 1 to summon out the Ricardetto. Ricardetto brings back the Turpin. He's going to Ghost Bell. So we banish 2 to go ahead and add the Phoenix Blade, equipped it to the Ricardetto. Turpin's effect to special summon itself. And then we just go ahead and make Angelica. Angelica effect on summon, we grab the field. So we got to play through Impermanent Bell there, which is pretty strong. We'll go ahead and activate the field. Use the field to pay. And see, I don't know if I go for Joyous or what I go for. I can't remember, I can't see what's in my hand. We go for Almus. Banish 2 to add back. Equipped the 2 Angelica. We're just going to chain Angelica's effect. To send the Malgris. Banish. Summon. The Malgris will get us to shuffle back 3. And draw a card. So we shuffle back Ricardetto. We shuffle back Turpin and Flint Lady. All 1-ofs, we just get to shuffle back. And we get to draw a card. We draw. Then I think we just go Malgris effect to equipped. And then field sort of special to Malgris. Then I'm kind of debating if this is what I don't know what I was thinking for. Malgris is so good. It's Malgus, but it's also its other French name is Malgris, so that's why I call it Malgris. So we end up making Charles. I drew an imperm, it looks like. Equip. And then do I get the Metal Silver? No, I don't. Almus to add back the Ogier. Set 1. Effect of this to equip to that, and I get to grab Oliver, so then Charles can't be targeted. So playing through 2 hand traps, Imperm and the Ghost Spell. It's pretty solid. Draw each Charles for turn. I just know I gotta keep him off getting 2 bodies on the field, right? That's really what I gotta do. So, just explaining because it's just sometimes they're like, all right, what am I looking at? I'm like, you're looking at a Charles who can't be targeted, who can destroy something when equipped it, and he's a spell trap negate. It doesn't seem like much, right? Yeah, dude, if the new trap was a negate, it'd be great. So he activates Addition, target my Angelica, boosting her to 20. She is 21, boosting her to 31. We see Almirage get made, and this is like kind of a misplay on my part. about what's about to happen here. So he normal summons this parallel Xyz monster, and I decided to chain Roland to it, and I'm telling him what will happen. I'm telling him it's going to go equip to a Charles, and he goes effect of the chain effect of roll change the Almirage here, and he should have waited for me to declare Charles's effect, because once he chained the Almirage, I decided not to use the Charles effect. But that's how you just gotta understand how things work. Comes back the parallel firewall dragon, I think that's what it's called. We make another link into, I think, Splash Mage. And this is arguably where I should have, like, if I would have read Almirage, maybe I should have hit it here, maybe. But I totally forgot about Almirage's effect. So he can bring back out the addition. I think he goes for like the link code talk or whatever it is. Yep, there it is. Link decoder. We see it go into transcode. Transcode effect to bring back the link coder. He brings back the Splash Mage, and he decides to link all into. He doesn't go for access code, which I was waiting for. This big guy. I don't even know what the name of this firewall dragon is, to be honest with you. I just know it can get big. So I flip over Imperm. Because right now, if he tries to go battle and tries to swing in for Angelica, Angelica can dodge. And then Isolde's 31, and then Charles is, of course, like, huge. So it's kind of fallen into play here. I couldn't tell you, man. It's like it's an insane firewall card. So I decided to use the effect to go ahead and banish. So I send Turpin banish to dodge. Angelica gets out of the way. Terahertz, there we go, Terahertz. Terahertz is crazy. Terahertz is really insane. And then during my end phase, I get to equip, and then I choose to trigger the Charles, which is really good. And he's like, wait a minute, what? And I was like, yep, since you changed the chain to Roland, I chose not to, So it's just kind of, it's over right here, guys. Like, there's really, that last card ain't gonna do him no good. We're gonna attempt to destroy. We hit the tactics. Durandal to grab. So, like, then we could, like, we're off, man. Like, use the field spell. We just scoop it up. Go right here. So we go on into... One sec. There we go. The next game. There we go. The gaining effects activates in the battle phase. Oh, wow. Imperm was definitely correct there. Good call, dang. Oh, that's right. Forgot it also shuts down my column, too. So he goes ahead and he discards to add the circular. We go ahead and hit him with the Droll, the Infernoble Knight, Droll, and Lockbird. Guys, I'm low-key. I'm thinking I want to pick up Blaster, the Dragon of Infernos, because that card is kind of... I want to test that card at 1. So circular, being limited for good reasons, is going to do its circular thing, sending the Sigma. And it's like, what can he do through a draw? So as long as he didn't hard open Super Factorial, I don't have to be scared of Super Factorial. He's going to go ahead and overlay here for Aliburtion, which I don't know. I mean, is Aliburtion the correct line to go? I'm not too sure. Not too sure. He's going to normal summon the Rocket Coder. It just feels like Blaster, man. Like, it seems like if you open any level 4 with Blaster, and you can just discard, like, Blaster plus, like, a level 4 pop a card, right? And then, like, normal, like, do your normal combo. It just seems too good. It allows you to facilitate, like, level 7. You bring out Blaster, then, like, Renaud plus Blaster is a level 8 synchro, so, you could justify playing the level Extra Lord a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. Definitely not saying it's good. Would you run Small Ball with Blaster and or Dogoran? I'd probably not, just because the deck is already so consistent as it is. There's just really no need to... There's like... It's just too much, really, at one point. So there we go. Ashmarine Bridge 2, that'd be kind of cool. So I'm reading this card. This card is a bounce. And he was saying, dang, I should have. But he flipped D-Barrier on me, right? So he normal summon Connector. So I've been D-Barrier called Synchro. Special now the Dolphin. He's going to bounce the Dolphin back. I'm going to use Flint Lady to special summon the Dolphin and use Dolphin's effect. So... we get to look at his hand. It's alright. We make his old. And then he gets the Reborn something, I believe, because something left his zone that the... that it points to. So now nothing can be targeted. So he ruined... I was going to go into Custonin, but he just kind of ruined that line by making this thing so things can't be targeted. So I got to figure out a way to do what I'm doing here. We can... I think I add the Ricardetto. And then I was just telling him I activated Dolphin's effect and I should have pitched, so I should have pitched evenly. D-Barrier doesn't hurt us as much as, like... as much as you think, right? So I'm still sitting 4. Just summon Ogier. Ogier will summon... Ogier dumps Gearfree, never mind. And we go ahead and grab Durandal. We go ahead and use Durandal's effect to grab us Renaud, I believe? Yeah. I don't play Zeus currently. Because right now, by using the field spell, I'm warrior locked. So we special summon out. I believe we grab the Gearfried. And we go into Ratin. Now, arguably, I could have kept the level 4. I could have kept Ogier out. Possibly. I don't understand why I didn't, like... Maybe I didn't have an extender. And see, this is where, like, playing the Power Load Ogre would come up pretty handy, too. But I'm locked into Synchros, so I make a second Isolde. Just to push for damage, where, like, this is where, like, playing the... Like I said, playing the Power Tool Ogre would be very... very strong. So we get to use Gearfried's, like, very powerful Battle Phase effect, which is Gobble Gobble. So we'd attack into Transcode, and we use Gearfried's effect to suck up the this big giant one. And then we whack over it, and then we just hit him for 52? No, we hit him for 16 and 22. It was like 38. So he's just staring down a Gearfried negate. Really, that's all he's staring down, and a battle phase pop. And he gives it to me, and that is our 5-0, guys. Like I said, we ended up going 5 5 and zip. 5 and zip. Kind of crazy. Kinda insane. I think so. At the least, I think so. Book of Moon or Eclipse also gives you turn ender versus shifter scenarios. I've thought about it, maybe running it instead of Imperms, but Imperms is kind of like my main deck answer to like the Kashtira and stuff like that. This is a better board, but I run the Zeus because worst case you can make Custonin and then just crash him to make Artorias, then main phase 2 make Zeus. Yeah, you definitely could, but I don't like if Custonin himself can also crack things, so it's like you'd almost want to use Custonin's effect to try and spin things back and then crash him. But Zeus is definitely an option you can have in the main deck for sure. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, currently in my extra deck, the only cards that, like, really the cards that have not ever come up has been, like, this guy. This guy has not come up once. Like, at all. So, like, maybe you could, like, definitely cut this for Zeus. I'm gonna cut it for Power Load Ogre. Because then when I end up getting drolled or, like, hit, I can step into, like, Power Load. Which I guess Power Load is nothing to laugh at either. He's difficult. He only comes up in like very particular lines, that's for sure. Very particular. And it's mostly the lines where you can get like Oliver equipped and then special it out with the field and you have like Turpin or something out. Then you can make Extra Lord, but that's okay. This hand right here just beats hand traps too. This hand's actually really good. Normal effect, like it gets ashed. Chalice into Durandal, Durandal into Oliver. Oliver effect pitch this, summon. Or actually we could just go Gearfried special. Yeah, like it's crazy. Pretty insane. Pretty nuts, I think. Sometimes I miss not having a level 2. Like back in the day with Gemba. I was using Roland too. Roland's a good card to add off of the Isolde. I just needed space, and Malgus just kind of like gives us that follow-up that like Roland gives us too. It's like almost every hand you're going to be able to draw Malgus, and that allows you to draw into like blowout cards that could be like potentially Droll. My man Dot, I actually did it at the very beginning of the stream. I recommend playing it, but when the new Boxer stuff comes out, you could play one uppercut and one Flameville counter, and it does the same thing. Heart's a Warrior. Heart is a warrior. No, Heart's a warrior. Amatara to search Reflame. So you're going into, what's your light that you use to make the Amatara? I guess also. Room Heart is also a light. Yeah, I don't think it does not, in my opinion, it does not fit as a main deck option. But it is definitely really good. Oh, so there we go. Normal Connector Dolphin. There you go. Ooh. When does that new Fire Warrior stuff come out? The new Boxer stuff. Like I said, I'm not too big a fan of it, like replacing stuff, but I think the Uppercut plus the Flameville counter would be pretty solid. Let's see if we can go to TCG Player Affiliate. Does Flameville counter come shiny? No, it's not bad. My Boxer ratios is going to be literally just one Uppercut and then one Flameville counter in the side. I don't think it's worthy the main deck, personally. I think that Connector is a better one-card starter that the deck has. It does not come shiny. Sag. Sag. Sad Life, the 9th. Okay, so not too far out. Goodness, Chad, I have slept so much the past few days. And I'm still tired. Yeah, definitely get a hold of one, man. Get a hold of one. It's a perfect side deck card to go into when you know you're going into like the next games. To be able to side it in, so that way you don't lose to getting your back blown out by like Dark Ruler. Hand's kind of crazy. Anti-Nibiru, or yeah, Anti-Nib combo right here. Sucks we opened so many like same names, duplicates, but that's okay. Thank you, sir. I think I read above. What regionals are you going to, Dot? This hand might be one of those difficult hands here. Special. Turndall. I'm not talking about it. Ain't difficult. Or maybe it is. No, it's not. Effect. Thinking it was difficult. Effect. Go ahead and grab back. Connector. Yo, we were almost going to go to the Fargo Regional. I think that we're going to Utah at Salt Lake, and then we're going to hit up Lubbock maybe, Des Moines, and something like that. Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully you get one and then you're done. One and done. There we go. Goodness, chat, I am exhausted. Activate. That back. Fire off. Send here. There we go. And then we can pay 12. Go ahead and grab here. Attach. Effect the special. Into Charles. This is banished. Effective Almus, tab back this. Banished to summon the Girafreed. Effect to attach. Move on down here to check. Then conveniently, since we did happen to open 2 spells, we could equip Durandal again. Or so we could field spell effect, excuse me. Field spell to special. Attach. Link down here into a second Charles. Set Imperm. And then Ogier effect will go ahead and equip to Charles. Move on into the end phase. Charles will pick up this and then equipped Malgus. Charles effect destroy Malgus. Shuffle back 3. There's our hand. 1, 2, 3. We get to draw a card. Draw, we draw Renaud. Jelka returns. So that was even with not even a suboptimal hand. But now the opponent has to deal with 2 spell and trap negates, a monster negate, impermanent, a draw. All right, chat, before we move on over into playing Hunt, which is a new game we ended up getting, Is there any comments, questions, concerns that anyone would like to ask before we move on over into that part of the stream? Yeah, any comments or concerns? Connector or the battling box? Connector all the way, man. Connector. You can side, or if you want to main deck the battling box and stuff, a connector just does way more. So, like, you just get hand knowledge. You get to know what you're playing around. Like, so what? You get a counter trap. I think it gives table one. We talked earlier about using the prime heart stuff, but you can actually do the same thing with the boxer stuff, and it gives you more consistent because instead of having to open just Oliver, you can open Renaud too, and it allows you to do the same thing. And it gives you a little bit more lines because then you can like dump it with Ogier and stuff like that, and then bring it back and get the counter trap too. I think it's way more accessible. Way more accessible than the Rune Heart and stuff like that. It's not better than the connector stuff. I think people are just thinking, so like you normal summon the boxer and you go combo, right? But like connector lets you summon Dolphin, you get to look at the hand and you get to construct your hand or to construct your end board dependent on what they have in their hand. So normal summon connector, look at hand, rip Droll, even though Droll doesn't hurt us. Combo forward. You see they have starters, spells, you can see everything you want, move forward. Normal summon uppercut, search counter trap, get Drolled, walk into other hand traps, or build your board incorrectly, because we do have versatility because of, we have the versatility to either end on an Omni negate, monster negate, or another spell and trap negate. So like it allows us to have more than just getting a counter trap. But that's just my opinion, of course. Just my opinion. See if my man Brooklyn is ready. This game called Hunt Showdown, guys, it's actually pretty fun. I'm not good at it, but it's like you hunt. It's like kind of like the other game we were playing where you hunt monsters, but this time I get a gun. And the other players are trying to kill me, but I also get a gun. Exactly. You look at you use this and you look at their hand, and if you see Nib, you have the ability to construct your plays and sequence them so you don't lose to Nib. Sometimes you just lose to Nib. It's how it's going to be, right? That's just the game. But having that option to see and be able to, like, sequence your lines to play around Nib is better than normal summoning uppercut, getting the counter trap, losing to Nib. The upper, like I said, I will probably play the uppercut, and the Flameville counter will replace my Shogun Shin and Ika for a little bit in testing, because the way this deck loses is we lose to blowout cards like Dark Ruler and stuff. So, like, it stops Dark Ruler. Resolve Connector, seeing all spell hand. No point in ending on damn Gearfried, so turn a Gearfried into Baron, and then there you go. But if you play uppercut, you have no clue, and you might just end on a Gearfried, and then that Gearfried's just sitting there doing nothing but taking up space. Like, even in this hand, right? Like, the number one people that people complain about at Connector is if Connector gets hit, we can't extend because it doesn't work with Renaud. Well, thank God you have a card called Oliver that you have almost 9 ways to get to, on 10, 11 ways to get to, that when you normal summon and this ends up eating an Ash, you can pitch Oliver and continue into Angelica or his old lines. Deck is truly, truly insane. Cracked. Literally cracked. We're able to play underneath. We're going to be able to play underneath Gearfried, which is also insane. And then if they do have a hand trap, and if we, like, our hand's pretty good, like if they do hit us, we can just do that. Yeah, exactly. Connector is just too strong to not be one of your main normal summons. And that's also why I agree with the next best normal summon in the deck is actually Ogier. Because Ogier, in any combination to get to Renaud is, again, any combination to get to Renaud, any combination to get to the field spell allows us to get to Gearfried before our 5th summon. So it not only protects us from Nib, but protects us from our Angelica and our Isolde being hit. I don't think Again, I don't think what the Battle Boxers brings is better than what we already got. Now, if they ended up ever hitting Connector, maybe. It's kind of crazy because my buddy plays Synchron, right? So we were saying that Isolde is my speeder. Or Isolde is to Infernoble Knights as speeder is the Synchrons. But I think speeder is just 10 times more insane. So, like, if we were playing with the Boxer engine, this would be one of those hands where we could normal this, send the Boxer, and then get the counter trap too. But see, like, we could also do other things as well. So, like, going into post side, this just ensures us that we get to it. Because we'll be able to send it instead of having to summon it from the deck. It just sucks because, like, in this line, like, you wouldn't use Renaud to add back anything. So you'd, like, normal summon, dump the Battle Boxer, special, no effect. Go for Isolde, add, send one, summon, Ricardero, bring back Boxer, grab counter trap, go that way. But your board is protected under Flameville counter. I do. Because you still need, because you only have 3 copies of Connector. 4 copies if you count Reinforcement of the Army. So then in that case, you have only, you know, a certain percentage to open a 1-card combo. So you need your 2-card combos, which Ogier is the next best normal summon, and Ogier plus Renaud. So you want to maximize your chances of always seeing Ogier and Renaud, because you will always, as long as you see Ogier and Renaud, you always will have Gearfried before your 5th summon and before you commit to Isolde and or Angelica. So it's like a 53.7% chance to always stop a hand trap with Gearfried. And that's not including the connector lines and stuff like that. But guys, seriously, a card that you guys should definitely look at playing is definitely Malgus. Or Malgus. Fun lore story is this guy ends up fighting like a shaman or something like that in the lore. He ends up, let's look him up. Let's go history time with Charles. Let's go search up Malgus. So here he is, the man. Malgus, also known as Malgus, is one of the heroes of the Chanson de Geste, a matter of France. Well, anyway, let's look right here. Malgus fighting the Saracen wizard Norian in Agramont. There he is, right there. That's Malgus, right there. He doesn't have his staff, but he's fighting. Looks like he's been shanked, but he's fighting the wizard. So it was a battle of wizards, which I think is hilarious. He is our Merlin, but he's not as good as Merlin. I refuse to cut connector 2. I refuse to cut him too. Morgan. Oh, man, Ace. Oh, my goodness. So, Morgan. I wish Morgan was... God, if Morgan was a warrior, man. Lord have mercy. She would be phenomenal, because then you can almost guarantee you're going to end on a Noble Arms card, right? So, like, then you just have a searchable hand trap that allows you to play through Disruption. Like, Morgan is pretty insane. I actually want to pick up a playset and test 3 of them things. I think it's going to be good. Probably not, but still. Just waiting for my man Brooklyn to get back to me, and then we can start the hunt. Let the hunt begin. But yeah, guys, I think that this deck is the strongest it's ever been. And the reason I say that is that because of the ability to now have so much protection that, like, used to, you know, like, we would have to, Isolde was just, the deck was a Hulk deck, so you had to make sure Hulk resolved. We had ways to do that, but this deck pretty much always guarantees that you're like, Angelica and Isolde will resolve because of the lines that you got, which is pretty crazy. Like I said, I was testing this package out, and this card is just not as good as I thought it was going to be. Well, it does make sense, right? Because you have to have a Noble Arms card, right? And if you don't have a Noble Arm card, it's a dead card in your hand. Whereas Ashen Imperm don't have that requirement, so that you can just fire them off whenever. But like this card really only shines in like 2 card combos already. So like, I'm just not a fan of it. So yeah, like you get to go into Power Tool, right? You can dig on into, if I can get it here. You dig on into Power Tool, and then like you can come out here and then make Crystal Wing this way, right? But you already have, like if you already have the 2 cards, you already have full combo. The only time that this card is relevant and becomes really good is like when Connector or something gets hit. So I don't know how I feel about the Revolution Synchrons and stuff. Do miss Power Tool though, ain't gonna lie, do miss Power Tool. Do you guys want to see a sneak peek of the revamped Charles mat? Do we want to see a sneak peek? It looks insanely good. If someone in chat can become a member, I'll show it right now, no hesitation. And becoming a member, you actually get 15% off the mat when it drops. You know what's real interesting, though, is like Konami didn't give us that support, right? Like Konami knew what the deck needed, but instead it's like they knew the deck couldn't function without Hulk or Auroradon. So they just, it's like they held back support on purpose to push Hulk and Auroradon. Oh boy, guys. No takers to see the new Charlemagne mat? I'm ashamed. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna call it Ordained by Flame again. I think I'm gonna call it something else. Double tactic sucks, but that's okay. I really, again, guys, I really wish that this card was better. I wish she was a quick effect, because could you imagine adding this off his old during their turn pitching this and grabbing Metal Silver from the deck? Be truly insane. Angel wants to see it. All right. My man. At least someone wants to see it. Even this is combo, like, seriously. Normal. Special. Combo, like that's... And this actually gets us actually a little bit... Hang on, let's do it. Because you get to use Malgus in an awesome way. play the hand. Effect, let's go ahead and grab red layer. Use the effect, we'll send Metal Silver. Or not Metal Silver, we'll send Phoenix Blade. Somehow Ricardetto. Oh, wait a minute. I was thinking that you're going to get a bunch of draws. Do you think going Isolde first or Angelica is better? It truly depends on the line that you're trying to get. And depends on really hand dependent. So, the way my hand was set up, we had an Angelica line that we could have gone to, right? That was definitely a possibility. But you also want to get, like, you need to get equips dumped to the grave, so I think, like, that's also important. But also, like I said, in this hand we opened Call By, so, like, I kept that in mind. So, like, Call By, like, protects us, in a way. So, with that being said, this was probably a better route to go, personally. Angelica effect. Grab the field. Go ahead and activate the field. Go ahead and grab Almus. Grab here. Effect. Now, see, we can go. I think we have to go Turpin. Into Roland. Almus effect here. Special out the Turpin. Go here for Charles, effective Almus. Grab back this. Effect to equip. Oh, this is banished. Effect to equip. Into Charles the Great. Charles the Great will grab here. Effect to special. Effective Oliver, pitch this. Special. Effective Malgus, we can shuffle back 1, 2, 3. Depends on what we draw here. Draw into another museum. Alright, sweet. Let's go and activate the other museum. Use the effect, pay 12. Grab us Durandal. Attach Durandal to Charles. We don't even have to use Durandal's effect here, because what are we even going to grab, right? So we go ahead and link off here into Charlemagne, or excuse me, yeah, Charles the Great. Link off into Charles the Great. Effect of Durandal to go ahead and reborn out the Malgus. This will attach here. We'll go ahead and link these up here into Ratin. Effect the new field to special. Go ahead and go here for Baron. You can equip the Joyous. Technically, we can equip Malgus if we want to. No. This has to shuffle back. Yeah, actually, Malgus says, yeah, Malgus can shuffle back the museum. Show like Fire Warrior or Noble Arms cards. So yeah, that is actually. So we do here, and then end phase. Charles can. Well, Oliver hasn't used his effect to equip. So then in-phase Charles can pick up Almus and Ogier from the deck. And then, of course, Angelica returns. So there you go. You get set Call by the Grave as well. And then, of course, as you guys know, we get as soon as we negate something, we get the roll-in effect in the game phase, and then, or we get roll-in effect during their turn to come out and pop something. It's pretty decent. And the fact that Malgus can equip itself during that turn to give us another draw, shuffle back. Kind of crazy. All right, guys, do we want to see the mat? Do we want to see the new mat? Because I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys the mat. Faithful Joyous, man. This is like I said, becoming the new Crusadia Crawler. I mean, I get it. My name's Charles, so I always have to have my sword kind of strapped, you know, but still. Hand's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, but... All right, we'll go ahead and check out the new mat. How about that? So this is the old mat, you know, the one that we have here. When I wanted this one to be designed, I wanted Charles to have like I was inspired by like a what was it, Black Clover artwork, and I wanted Charles to be like kind of like all of the artwork we see of Charles is always kind of like he's kind of straight faced. So I was like, I want him to be kind of cocky, you know, like he's the strongest noble knight, you know, so like him to have like some sort of emotion in his face. Well, here is the start of the new Charles mat, and I wanted this to be different. I wanted Charles to be serious. I'm assuming what made Charles go Super Saiyan was the death of Roland, because if you guys know, like, the Song of Roland toots the horn and dies because they're attacked from behind. So there's going to be probably more flames and stuff added to it, more detail. But yeah, this is it. This is a little sneak peek. It does give the deck like the ability to play around Dark Ruler No More and stuff pretty easy, man. Pretty easy. Well, do we... If Brooklyn don't get back to me, maybe we just grind Omega Ladder for a game or two. Maybe that is what we do. All right. So let's go ahead and we have to change this around a little bit because we can't have these guys yet. So I'm gonna go to the and add Reveiw and add reframing. Oh, there's already one there. All right, go ahead and save. All right. Join the queue. Dang. Oh boy, okay. All right. It's the same thing as the uppercut stuff. It's just legal now. It's just not legal yet. End perm on this, huh? Sweet. Oh shoot, I guess I could have I could have pitched this and... Dang it. Goofed. Could have held the Renaud. That's a goof on my part. I guess we'll get it back. Right? Like we'll be getting it back. We're just gonna proceed to go combo here, even through this in turn. Let Almas. Yeah, so then I gotta send, I think. Yeah, it's kinda... I think I just end on like... double Charles, I think. I think if I would've held on to the Renaud, like instead of being a dingus and getting rid of it, I would have been okay, but I decided to be a dingus. But that's okay. I could either end on a Baron, right? So like I guess it's hindsight's 2020. So we'll still do what we're doing here. So I feel like we do grab back Renaud. Yeah, we can grab back Renaud. Target one fire on channel. No, just... No. Okay. Make sure I don't misclick. I really would hate to misclick. Let's grab back Turpin. Do I play around Lightning Storm? Yeah, Lightning Storm put the fear of God in me this week, so we'll do this. Like the animated series. Set. Move in phase. Oh! I goofed. No, I didn't. I didn't goof. Let's grab Almas. Go here. Let's go forward. Now, see, like, I can equip. Let's see what I have. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Do I get a benefit? I mean, smack in. He already plays Infirm, so let's just go ahead and do that. There we go. All right, there we go. Nope. See what we're playing against here. I could have gone for Malgus and drew a card, maybe drew into Droll, but like, I know he's playing Imperm, so if he fires Imperm down, what the? That's fine. Mirror match, bro. A mirror match. Let's go. That's fine. That is fine. Nope. That's okay. We'll just let it resolve. Because, like, even if he has Gear Free, me destroying it will still get it. So I just gotta be very smart with how I play this. Special red. That's good. Whatever his normal summon is. Probably be Ogier. Is he really going to attack into... Oh, he can go after Baron. Son of a gun. Okay. Can't stop it. Can I activate anything? No. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Should have put Baron in attack mode. Almost an Ogier. Ogier effect. Let's see what he sends. Charles can't pop. Gear freed, okay. So he probably has Renaud. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's. Yeah, Grolin's only during the main phase. I totally forgot that What's a Bucket was gonna. It was 20. I forgot that he was just gonna whack over here. I forgot that Baron was in defense. So Baron will always go into attack now. Do this, pop this. He summons Renaud. Renaud grab back Gear Freed. He can link into that. I can hit that. He's already exhausted his battle phase. Joyous. Okay. Joyous is too good. Well, stop the Joyous. Joyous could just grab back anyway, so he must not have Renaud. Chalice. Sweet, dude, go ahead. Go ahead, dude. Special grab back Gearfried, summon Gearfried. Smack is old with an infirm. GG. Yep. Can't stop it. Well, the Baron would have survived, Emmanuel. The Baron would have survived. So, do I know what he... Yeah, so Gearfried's touching down now. Sweet. Okay. Nope. This is alright. Because he's going to synchro. If he synchros into Angelica, let him add, then I'll let him use the... Yep, that's fine. Nope. Second feels good. Because he has nothing to equip unless he had hearts and equip. Yep, that's fine. He's going to search and equip, which is okay. Then we'll just hit it. Hit it. Nope. Nope. He should activate Chainlink 2. Chainlink 3. Target. But now he can like make his old. I'm pretty sure. He's already used Durandal, he's already used that, he'd go into his old. Yep. He makes his old. Almus can add back. Pretty good. So I don't know what his last card is. So he adds Connector. Yep. Go ahead. Yep, I assume you send one, summon Ricardetto. Ricardetto bring back, you make a second Angelica, but Angelica, I believe, is a hard one's return. So maybe you make something and then Grave. Excuse me. I know what that does. With Engrave, you've already exhausted this. So I just gotta not walk into Gearfried. I just, in phase, don't use Charles. We should be good. Yep, Ricardetto. Ricardetto, go ahead, bud. Oh, he makes Baron. Good shit, okay. Going after the field. Alright. Alright. Yeah, my clapback was coming. It was going to be pretty intense. Alright, so... go ahead and do this. This. And see, Droll's not too good against this deck. So we can go something like that. Swap. Yep. We had him on the clapback, I'm pretty sure. Had him on the clapback. But we might not have him here. He might normal summon Connector. Angelica. That's good. Add the field spell. Angelica's good. Yep, all good. Good old Chuck's gonna touch down. Good deal. Good. Have you thought about any X-Saber Wayne combos? I have not. Most like the combos that come up are normally like the 5s I can make are normally just Angelica or like Lancelin. He must open. Yep. Gear free. I can just bait the Charles negate. We should be okay. But we'll see. Turpin's pretty good. All right. See if he lets this go through. Ooh, I can just grab the field spell. Surely he responds to the field spell. Resolution. He's gotta have Droll. Damn. In turn. Okay. Nice. Carefree negate. Okay. So, big thing here. Gearfried's gone, Imperm's gone, this is gone. So I think I can out his old board, don't you guys think so? So unless this is an Ash... No. Unless this is an Ash... Oh, yep. Please pop the... Okay. So, totally forgot about rolling in the graveyard. So if I go battle phase, crack, into battle, finish everything, but he gets to keep one. Let's try this. Oh, shoot. I think there was a way. Yeah. I'm stupid, guys. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah. Alright, well. So I think so I don't think I did, because Turpin already tried to special summon from the hand and it was negated. So I don't think I missed it. I think that was the right play. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, special Turpin, make cousin in, spin 2, crash, do the full combo thing, but... Oh. Oh boy. He plays Droll. Oh, Carlos, you're right. No, I couldn't, Carlos, because I was under Droll, and I didn't get to activate the museum's effect. So it was just a lose situation there. Fire this. Let's do it. And so we'll go ahead and grab this. Yep. So no Droll. That's good. Okay. Let's go ahead and send this. Okay. Do that. I must open no interruption, so that's kind of rough. Special summon here. Now, God, that's gonna give us... I don't think that's correct. That's probably one of those lines where it's not correct to go for Angelica. But we'll use Angelica. Grab a second. Grab the last field spell. You see, I have to use... I think Isolde was the right route. I can activate, grab Joyous. I think I'm okay. Activate, grab Joyous. Hold the Almus. And then we just fire off the Joyous here. I guess... Yeah, it's... God dang it. Okay. Because I could have ended on Baron here too. Son of a gun. Because now there's really nothing in the grave that I want to grab back. So I guess we can just fire this down here. Dang it, that sucks. Alright, well. I just special summon this card. Because I could have gone Ogier into that, then brought that, and then ended on Baron, but I guess this is okay. I'm still gonna get to 2 Charleses, I believe. I'm just scared of Nib, I guess. I'm playing too cautiously around Nib. And I'm just kind of throwing here. Because I could equip that to Charles and still been in a better situation. That's okay. One, two, three. Draw. All right, let's see what we can do. Museum. There's no way we let museum. Is there a way we let museum resolve? Put them on, have another one. Technically, we can solve all 3 museums. Durandal? Nope, go ahead, bud. Ain't gonna stop it. Ain't gonna stop it. On. I think I need to save my Gearfried for his Gearfried. That's his normal summon. That's alright. Oh, yep, go ahead. I'll send gear free. Yep. There goes gear free. Special or not? All good. I should be playing the synchro. So he's gonna go Oliver pitch. That's fine. Judgment. Gear free. There we go. Easy clap. Poor guy, it's almost like I knew what the deck did. Almost like I knew what the deck did. What the world? Ah, forgot. But all right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap up the stream here. Stay tuned. I think Wednesday night we're gonna stream again. We're gonna do some live testing. My man on Synchron really wants to test pretty hard, so we'll do probably some synchro testing. You know, just live testing here in the studio. So yeah. Other than that, guys, you know, you guys stay safe, stay healthy. This is Charles and Team COG signing out.